Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and we got another 1941 here. We just did the Mercury dime from 1941, so look for that video out there, and that's just a magnificent coin, but this one's pretty darn good right here too. It's a Lincoln penny from 1941. We're talking about 80 plus years old at this point, right? It says, "In God we trust" at the top, liberty behind Lincoln, 1941 here, down under his chin, right a little bit below the bow tie. And you guys know that's a bow tie, right? Yeah, that's a bow tie right there. And some of the modern coins, you can actually see a pretty good version of the bow tie. Let's see if we can find one of those coins, and I'll show you. Ah, look at that. So on the modern coins, this is of course a zinc one, 19, mostly zinc, a little bit of copper. There's the bow tie, and it's all tied and everything like that. They've changed it a couple times, but essentially there's always a bow tie on there, but it's just hard to see on the worn out ones. So in 1941, the Philadelphia Mint, of course, had no mint mark, and in Philadelphia, they made 887 million. 887 million. Is that even possible? Yep, it is. That's how many they made. And they just in Philadelphia. And then at Denver, where's Denver? Let's get Denver in here because Denver's over to this side. And here's the D for Denver. At the Denver Mint in 1941, they made 128.7 million. And then at the San Francisco Mint, they made about 92.36 million. So these coins, they made a bunch of them, essentially a billion of them, a little over a billion between all three. And there's a reason that they made so many. And that is because we were starting to lead up to World War II. The United States wasn't in World War II in 1941, not until December 7th, I believe. The United States declared war on Germany and on Japan. But when I think a lot of people knew the war was coming, World War II was coming, because a lot of the European countries, including Britain, had been in the war for almost 2 years. And countries like Poland had been in the war for 4 years. 1937, I believe, Hitler went into Poland. So 1941S, 1941 Philly, 1941 Denver. There are some special coins in 1941, and they generally center around the Lincoln penny from the Philadelphia Mint. And this one might have a little bit of it in, but we're not seeing it that well. "In God we trust," we see it says at the top. What you're looking for in a Philadelphia Mint is the double die obverse, or the doubling on the front of the coin. And this, we're not seeing it too well. We do look at these numbers and how the numbers go across, and these ones look pretty even here. These ones look like they're going across pretty even here, and on these ones we'll look, and they're even across the top. The D is a good D, and it's actually surviving better than the rest of the coins. So this is a bronze coin. It is essentially 95% or so copper and a little bit of zinc or tin. The newer coins are 95 or 90+% zinc and a little bit of copper. It weighs 3.11 grams. It is 19 millimeters in thickness. It is a smooth edge coin. And if we go onto the back, we see it's the wheat ears. So it's not the modern Lincoln Memorial coin, and you can't look deep into this one and see any Lincolns in there sitting at the memorial. That didn't come around till 1959. E pluribus unum at the top, and that's a kind of a bent unum, but that's just because this coin has been used a lot. 1 cent right in the center, United States of America down below it, and then on each side we have the wheat ears. One side there, one side there, and the wheat ears is essentially where the grain is in wheat, which is kind of a grass with it we harvest the grain from the top of. Now there's also another thing we always look at, and that is, can we see the initials here? And you can almost see them here. Boy, they are a little warm, but there's a V, a D, and a B. We can see the top of them. Let's see if we can see the V, the D, the B in any of these. Yeah, my goodness. Well, we can actually see it a little bit in that one. And then where's the last one? All right. So we're not going to see it very much in there. There may be something there. What does it look like? Well, in the newer coins, it looks something like this. The V, the D, and the B. Victor David Brenner, who engraved and designed these coins in 1909. So the 1941 coins, the most expensive ones are the Philadelphia double die obverse, but you can also get a really, you can get up into the, in the Philadelphia double die obverse, you can get up to $1,000 for it, like 1,000. These other ones, if we can get them up to mint state 65, we're talking about $12, $15, maybe $20. If you can get higher than that, you might start getting into the hundreds. But what you always look for is the Philadelphia double die obverse, which in good shape, and I mean really good shape, mint state shape, is worth $1,000. All right, that's all we have today for the Big D Coin Channel. This is DC saying, take a look at the 1941 Mercury Dime video on the Big D channel too, and subscribe to the channel if you can, and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.